Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. And by Billy Sims Barbecue. It's not just barbecue, it's Boomer Q.
Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Deanna Mate. On this week's episode, we're talking to the two-way star over there for the Booker T. Washington Hornets, Lathan Boone. Lathan, how's it going?
It's going good.
Nice. We're into this hot summer. How you holding up over there with the heat?
I'm trying to stay alive.
I feel you, man. Well, here at Ford High School Weekly, we like to get to know you outside of the field and the hardwood first. So you mind if we ask you a couple of personal questions?
Sure.
All right. First and foremost, man, I know that everybody has their favorite kind of car. I mean, I got to know, if you were choosing your dream car, what would it be?
I'll probably pick a black Range Rover, fully loaded with a sunroof and everything.
Now, what kind of black are we talking? We talking a matte black? We talking a glossy black? What you thinking?
Probably a glossy black.
You got to shine on them, huh?
A little bit.
So why the Range Rover?
I feel like it's a classy car, but it also it's just calm and it just fits in. You know, you can go run your errands in it. You can also be fancy and go out to eat in it. You know, it's just doable for a lot of things.
So you like a practical car, huh? You don't want nothing too flashy, but you also want it to be looking nice on the night on the town, huh?
Exactly.
I like that. All right. Speaking of, you mentioned you want the car to be black, but what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is gray, like a charcoal gray.
Hold on, I ain't never had that answer before. Why gray?
I feel like gray is like a cool color, nice and laid back, and that kind of explains my personality.
All right, calm, cool, and collective, just like you are on the pocket. I feel you. All right, so next question. Let's go ahead and get outside of Tulsa real quick. I mean, I don't know how many vacations you've been on, but what would be your dream vacation? Where would you like to visit?
I like to go to California. I've never been before, but I've been to Florida and I've been to the beach in Virginia, and I heard California is a place to be, so gotta go check it out.
All right, so if that's the vacation you want to go, then as far as atmospheres when it's not the summertime, when it's not a sunny tropical environment, is there any place you would want to go where it's just not a tropical environment?
I'm not sure. I like to be in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
you know, the weather's up and down. I like being here.
All right, so let's go get to the books. What's your favorite subject in school?
You probably have never got this answer, but mine is math.
Really? I mean, I'm a math guy myself, so go ahead and tell me why math.
I think it's my competitive nature because, like, when I took pre-algebra, you know, I was learning math. This is the math of the unknown. And I'm like, no, it's got to be known somehow. You know, you just got to figure it out. And, like, I'm just so competitive. Like, math has just grabbed me to, like, just figure everything out.
Hey, man, numbers make sense, right? So other than that subject in school, is there anything else that you're interested in? Maybe going to the next level as far as college and anything you want to study?
I like to be a sports broadcaster.
Oh yeah, so you trying to come take my job?
Maybe one day.
I like it. Well, you're not there yet. We got it. We got some more sports to play before you jump into the booth. And when we come back, we'll talk more with Lathan Boone about his sports career and everything going on in his life. We'll be right back here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with the star over there at Booker T. Washington, Lathan Boone. Now, Lathan, football and basketball, a two-way sports star on our hands right now. We haven't had the privilege of interviewing a lot of individuals who play both here in Oklahoma, but you are one of the few. So how did that really come about in your life?
My dad played high school football at Booker T. He went on to play college at Missouri Valley. And I just remember being a kid, just going up there, watching him play college football just gave me an inspiration. And my cousin, Darius Boone, he went to Union. Now he plays at Eastern Michigan. I went to all of his games. So ever since I was little, I always had the ball in my hand. So I had to pick it up somewhere.
So you mentioned all the football, but how did basketball come about in your childhood?
Basketball, I think after my first year playing football, our football team had a basketball team, and I decided I should play. And I think that's when it started. Like my dad seeing something in me to get me on a good team that was better. Everybody was better than I was to make me competitive. Just keep improving my game, and it just took off from there.
So as far as a young football player, a young athlete, what did you always play quarterback, or how did that position come about for you?
When I first started playing football, I was actually overweight. I was on the O line, D line.
Really?
And then, yeah, that was in the second grade. And in my third grade year, I decided to move up a class so I could play with my weight, and I actually played fullback. And then went back to TYAA, and I actually played running back until my sixth grade year. I finally got to play quarterback, and then went on to Carver to play quarterback, and then Booker T.
So let's talk this out a little bit. So you started out on the line. So because you wanted to be an athlete so bad, you went ahead and skipped a grade as far as the youth league and played on a age group that's higher than your actual age was.
Yep, I did, just to play quarterback, get a shot at it at least.
How was that for you? If you even remember, what was the challenge like to play up in grade?
Well, the team I had went to, they had a pretty good quarterback, so I didn't get to play that year. But like just being with those older kids and having to compete and like work every day and practice just to show coach I can get a spot on this older team, that really like started my competitiveness.
But all right, so on the basketball side of things, I mean, were you always like a sharpshooter like you are now, or what? How did that come about when you decided to play on the team that was presented to you?
I was thinking about the third grade is when I made the switch over to that team, and most of the kids were from Oklahoma City, so they were like way better than I was. Like this, I'm just like starting to play basketball. We went to a lot of actual competitive tournaments, so I was actually the big man actually at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of my basketball career. So it was I put up a lot of shots to become a shooter, but I always couldn't shoot when I was little. I started shooting good in about the sixth grade, but just being in that environment and like I'm gonna have to step my game up. We were ranked number 7th in the nation in the fourth grade, so we were pretty good.
So what did that teach you as a young athlete? Where you mentioned you weren't that great of a shooter when you were in the third grade, but you worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and then in the sixth grade you started knocking some things down. So what did that teach you as a youth?
Never give up on what you want to do. But you also want to put yourself around guys that are going to make you better. You don't want to be around people that are worse than you because you'll never get better. But if you want to make yourself go to that next level, you need to get with people that are on the next level, work with them, and work and compete against them so you can be there.
So any of those guys that you still are cool with, or you still play sports with here to this day?
Uh, I don't think I play with any of them, but I'm in close contact with some of them. TJ Strong, he goes to Edmond North. Uh, Price Bradley goes to Bishop McGinnis. Actually, my stepbrother played on that team. He just moved to Edmond Santa Fe recently. A lot of the guys are up there in the city area.
Yeah, that's a lot of talent here in the state of Oklahoma. It shows even when you guys were young, still taking on the nation, huh?
Yep, for sure.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: moving towards your high school career, how did things come about with you? I mean, it seems like you're a legacy kid going to Booker T. Washington. So how did that come about for you athletically, coming there as a freshman and taking on things on the field with that name on your back?
It was always my dream to go to Booker T. My dad went to Booker T. Mom went to Booker T. I would go watch Booker T games whenever I was little coming up and just being, man, I want to be there so bad. And now that I'm here, it's just like you got to work for it and set example for the kids behind you.
So I'm really curious about this. I'm a big numbers guy and jerseys and all the cool stuff that go with it. But I was interested. You wear number 5 when you play quarterback for the Hornets, and then you wear number 2 when you're on the basketball court. So which one's your favorite number, and why do you wear different ones for different sports?
I think in the 5th grade is when I first wore number 2 with basketball. And the first time I wore it, I dropped 24 points. So I decided to stick with it with that. And then after I went to Carver, I wore number 5, and I just stuck with it through Booker T besides my freshman year.
So, I mean, it sounds like you're a little superstitious with it in basketball because you had a really good game. But as far as football goes, it was just a number that was presented to you. Is it a big deal for you, or do you mind wearing another number, or is it just whatever looks good, I'm putting it on?
The number doesn't really matter too much, but I like to keep 5 if I can.
So what does 5 mean to you as far as the number that's on your back? Is it how you identify yourself now, or is it just something that looks good?
Well, when we were in the 7th grade the middle school championship game, before the game, my dad told me to get live 5. So ever since then, I thought maybe I'll just bring the life to the game.
Get live 5. I like it. I like it a lot. When we come back, number 5 is going to tell us how his high school career has done thus far, what we're looking forward to this upcoming season, and much, much more. We'll be back here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with Lathan Boone, the quarterback over there at Booker T. Washington. Well, Lathan's football season is coming close, but I already know that you're still kind of doing your basketball thing over there with summer ball. So my first question to you is, how does that help or hurt your preparation for the upcoming season? I mean, you're playing basketball, football's coming right around the corner. I'm guessing you've done it for such a long time that it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, I want to hear it in your words. Like, how does it help? How does it hurt?
I'm pretty much used to it. So, wake up at 6 a.m., go to football, and then get a little nap in around 9 o'clock, and get back at it at 10 with basketball. I think it helps me a lot, because I don't lose all my basketball when I go to football. Football takes up mostly the spring, summer, and then the fall and we just play basketball in the winter. I think it helps, but it can also hurt because it's a lot. Like, days are real busy, but, you got to keep going through it and just try to stay healthy with all the potential injuries you can get.
Dang, man. So at 2 sports star, you wake up and do football training and get all that work in. So give me a timeline here. So what time do you wake up again, and what time is football kind of technically normally over?
I wake up around 5 and get ready to head out to Booker T. We start around 6 o'clock. Actual practice ends at 8, where we stay after and get routes and extra work. That ends around maybe 9:30. So, and then after that, get some food, try to take a nap, and then we actually start basketball at 10.
So what time does basketball end?
1.
1 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Man, that's a full day right there, man. And it's already 1 o'clock. So after that takes place, what do you do to kind of recover?
I usually try to take as many ice baths as I can when I get done. Got to take a nap because that is a long day by itself. And then come home, try to eat again, try to eat as much as possible, and watch some Netflix and chill and get ready for the next morning.
So you averaging like 2 naps a day, huh?
Trying to, yeah.
I feel you, man. So with that type of schedule, is it something that you don't mind, or something that you're getting ready to a point where you're going to be happy when you can just focus on one sport?
I think it's a little bit of both. I've been doing it since my freshman year, so I think I'm just used to it. But I don't mind working because I love both sports, and I always take every opportunity to get in the gym or on the field that I can. But I'm also ready to see what I can do when I'm just only focusing on one sport.
So do you know anybody else that has the kind of schedule that you have as far as football and basketball, summer-wise training and getting ready for both?
I personally don't know anybody, but I'm sure there's maybe a few people out there. Too many people can do it though. It's pretty tough.
So is it kind of like a personal challenge for you as an individual to kind of see if you to make you feel better than the rest, or is it just something you don't even think about? You just knock it out.
I pretty much just knock it out, but I like to set an example for the kids coming up behind me that you don't have to, just because it's football season, doesn't mean you can stop working on your basketball game. You know, you got to keep both of the more things you have, the more acquirable you can be on a team, and the more value you have.
So I gotta ask, man, which one do you love more? Like, which one has your heart? Deion Sanders used to say that baseball was his girlfriend, but football was his wife. So I mean, which one do you love more?
I think I love basketball just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I
Why is
have
that?
just a little bit. I think I have just a little bit more fun. You know, you get a little bit more spotlight. I don't know. I just always fell in love with basketball ever since I was little. But I think I'm gonna end up doing the football route. Not sure yet.
Yeah, well, you have plenty of time to decide that. But one of the questions I want to make sure that I get answered for you on this interview is your identity and your belief and your picture of yourself as a quarterback. How would you describe yourself as a quarterback?
Um, a dual threat for sure. You know, I like to throw the ball, but if I need to get out of pocket and run for a touchdown, I can also do that.
So if you're trying to model your game off of anybody, what college or NFL player do you watch most film on or look at their highlights and kind of say that's the kind of guy I want to play like?
Definitely Aaron Rodgers. Ever since I was a kid, I watch Aaron Rodgers. The way he runs and slides at the perfect time, the different arm angles, how far he can throw the ball, how accurate he is, his timing and everything. I feel like he's a great role model for me.
Yeah, he gets the job done, hands down. I've been thinking for the last decade or so, he's been the best quarterback in the league. I can't knock it.
For sure.
So who's your favorite football team?
I usually roll with the Packers just because Aaron Rodgers was there, but I'm not sure now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the Buffalo Bills. I like Josh Allen too.
Well, you got some time to think about it. Don't worry. Well, when we come back, we'll talk with Lathan Boone about the recruiting process and some of the things that he's done this summer. We'll be back here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with Lathan Boone from the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Now, it's been a busy summer, Boone, but I mean, what have you been up to?
Trying to take it easy, man. You know, just getting workouts in, coming home and relaxing, trying to go swimming every now and then.
Have some fun with your friends while you can, huh?
Yep.
So what's that recruiting process been like? There's been some buzz on social media. I know you've taken some official visits. So how's that been going and what have you been doing?
It's real fun. You know, I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. Being in high school only come once, and I know this recruiting process is supposed to be fun. So I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can. You know, take as many visits as possible, talk to as many coaches as possible, and try to get myself out there.
So I saw recently that you went to Tulsa and visited the campus, had a little bit of a photo shoot. So how did you like going to visit your hometown team's campus and seeing some of the facilities and visiting with the coaches?
It was real nice. I really love TU. You know, I really love to continue my football journey there. Um, it was awesome, man.
So who are some of the other schools that are looking at you?
You know, I have an offer from Air Force in Northern Iowa. Been in contact with TU. Been in contact with SMU and a few other schools.
Now, are any of those schools for basketball, or is it strictly football that's going to be your business plan down the future?
I've been in contact with a couple basketball coaches, but not too many. But mostly my recruiting process is going to be with the football side.
So as far as a school that you're looking for, what are some of the criteria that you're hoping they provide for you to go ahead and make that decision and say, yeah, I'm going to go with this university?
I want to feel like it's a family environment. I want everybody to be together and on the same page. I want to go somewhere where I can be able to play pretty quick, probably by my sophomore year. I want to be able to get my education in broadcasting so I can come take your job maybe one day.
Hey, man, if you're good enough, you got it. You got it. Well, as far as now, it looks like your future is in good hands and things are going to take care of itself. But as far as the near future, what are you looking forward to most in this upcoming school year?
Definitely football and basketball season. It's my senior year, so I really want to make an impact and leave a legacy at Booker T for the kids behind me, just to have something to look up to. I want to be a good role model for these guys.
Well, man, you've already started a strong legacy. I know your family has already put a strong foothold into the community, and you've continued the trend. And I hope that senior year puts a good stamp on what's been a pretty good career over there at Booker T. Washington, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Laverty has a little bit of time. He's going back for the end zone, jumps in front of the defender, but defense comes away with the interception.
Go to yourview.com/OK for highlights, and check out our podcast and past episodes at yourview.com/OK. Remember, guys, only the best in Oklahoma, like Lathan Boone, make it to Ford High School Weekly. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Deon Amada.
Ford High School Weekly has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. And by Billy Sims Barbecue. It's not just barbecue, it's Boomer Q.